You be the judge. I don't know. Is Nigeria working? You tell me if Nigeria is working, people. Is Nigeria working? The past 6 years, is Nigeria working? Okay. All right, everybody, come on, wherever you are. I'd like you to join me. Let's do this. Come on. All right, Facebook, I have no right to the song playing right now. I don't have a right to the song playing. So please, thank you. I appreciate the platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you. I'd like to welcome you, everybody. Wherever you're watching me from, I'd like to welcome you. Wherever you are, you have decided to take the time to be a part of this program. I'd like to welcome you, wherever you are. Wherever you are, Mr. John, thank you. Mr. John. Mr. John, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this hangout. Thank you for being a part of this hangout. Facebook, I do not have the right to this song. Just so you know, I don't have no rights to this song. I'd like to welcome everybody. Join me, everybody. I sent out an invite, I tagged you. Come on, people. I'm not a comedian. No, I'm not selling you no product. No. Yep. Everybody, come on. Join me, guys. Join me. Let's have a talk. Talk don't hurt nobody. Come on. Please join me. So the question is, listen, is it working? Is Nigeria working? Is Nigeria working? I want to see your comments. Is Nigeria working? I feel like screaming when I see the things I see. I feel like shouting when I hear the things I hear. If Nigeria is working, type is working. If Nigeria is not working, please type is not working. If Nigeria is not working, type is not working. Nigeria working? Is it working? Is Nigeria working? Is it working? Is Nigeria working? Under this government, is Nigeria working? Is it working? On Agakwa? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you. I don't have any intentions of wasting anybody's time, so I appreciate everybody who showed up. I want to thank you for taking out your time out of the very busy schedule if you're working on Sunday. But if you're resting all the same, I want to thank you. It's the beginning of a new week. And a lot is already happening. A lot is already happening. I want to give a shout out to Mr. John. I want to give a shout out to Pauline. Pauline, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Like you, a few of you, or those of you already know me, I don't sell nothing. I'm not saying anything wrong with selling anything. I'm not a comedian. I'm not even, my wife says I'm funny, but those who know me say I'm funny, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm only trying to speak my mind. This is a hangout session on a staple of Facebook. This is my little way of expressing my concerns, my feelings, and speaking out. That's happens very, very rarely these days. Speaking out when it is not right, to speak out. Speak the truth. Speak truth to power. Those who already knew me from my school days already know that, I went into a little bit of student politics before graduation. So I didn't just start now because there's a platform. No. I took advantage of a platform back in college. So it is not something new if you already knew me from college. So this is a platform. I take the opportunity to say a thing or two about current trends in Nigeria. I appreciate and understand happenings in other African countries, but guess what? If you sum up the challenges popping up in Nigeria on a daily basis, you will know that there's enough to talk about. And I'm not just saying it because I'm taking a position of a journalist here. No, I'm saying this because we know we are better. Things got to be better. Is it working? Is Nigeria working? My prayer is that Nigeria be working. It doesn't benefit me if Nigeria is not working. So if you're new on this platform, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Chris, and I do this from time to time, at least twice a week. But every week I pick up a topic, and we talk about it, and I say my mind, and you are free to leave me a comment. I'm always excited when I hear from you. Like I always say that I'm relatively new on YouTube blogging and all of that, so I would appreciate your comments, your responses, your likes, your shares. Feel free to invite your friends and tag. Okay, so I talked about Nigeria. I was saying Nigeria and the issues that are happening right now. Last week there was a failed attempt to assassinate the Benue state governor. There was a failed attempt by bandits to assassinate the Benue state governor, Mr. Ortom, when he went to make a visit to his farm. You know, he has a little farm where he cultivates. Now, I'm not a political appointee. I have never been. This is not a platform to canvass for political appointment or favors. It is too toxic already. So, even if it is not, this is not a platform. I'm not here to canvass for a political appointment. I don't even know the actors on this Nigerian political platform. I don't know any of them from nowhere. I'm just another citizen of Nigeria, a citizen of Africa, who have decided to take the time out to speak up. Just like people like Adeola Fayomu, just like people like, you know, other activists or spokespeople who want to stand and speak their truth out there. Just like Mayegu General, if you go to YouTube, who speak truth undiluted, who speak truth regards to whose gods is up, you know. So this is a platform to speak up, to speak out when things are not okay. It's not just having to be when it's not okay with you. When it is not okay with your brother, your sister, they don't have to be in the same tribe with you. They don't have to be in the same region. When things are not okay with somebody that is, whether it's your brother or not your brother, you speak out. That is a way to become a better human being. When things are not okay, you speak out. When things are not going the way it's supposed to go for your brother, you speak out. So that in turn, somebody else can also speak out for you when things are going in downturn. Okay, so today, I'm speaking about the Nigerian situation with regards to Governor Ortom, the current governor of Benue State, who an assassination attempt was made on his life within Benue State. He didn't go out of Benue State. Within Benue State by men who are suspected to be armed Fulani headsmen. Okay, so this has been a reoccurring decimal, and efforts have been made, are being made, still being made, to nip these challenges in the bud. But it doesn't appear to be enough, because how do you know that an effort to nip an issue in the bud is not enough? How do you know that? You know that by the callous, you know, attempts, the callous attempts by the same people to continue to, you know, carry out these dastardly acts against groups, against individuals. Just to remind us, we're talking about the Nigerian situation with reference to an attempted assassination, failed assassination of the governor of Benue State last week. He escaped a failed assassination attempt on his life. And I'm saying that if Nigeria is working, we are praying that it is working. But it does appear that the situations is being handled with kids' gloves. And it's not good for anybody. It is not good for anybody. It is not good for the actors. It is not good for the actors who rigged themselves into power. The facts are there if you want it. You go to YouTube and Google. It is not good for the players. It is not good for the actors that this is the second governor that an attempt has been made on his life. With regards to insecurity on this present on this same administration. This is the second governor whose where an attempt has been made on their life. And the question you will ask is, what is the role of, what is the federal government doing? What is going on? That is the question every normal human, every normal person will ask. What is going on? What is happening with the federal government? What is going on? You want to find out what is happening. What is going on with federal government? Why are they complacent? Why is this complacency? What is it for? To what end should things just go on? You know, how long are we going to keep, kicking this can down the road? When are we going to stop and look back and say, guys, this thing must stop, and serious attempts are made to make it stop? So it is important that we talk about it. So this is why I'm out this evening. I want us to hang out. If there's something you want to leave on the comment place. Somebody said if I seem to be in a good mood. Well, I'm always in a good mood, but when you know that some people are suffering, people are suffering, you have to make effort with little time to speak out. One of the biggest challenges in Nigeria is the ability to have data, to pay for data. And by the grace of God, I have opportunity of data. I pay for it too. But the mode of operation and payments per country is different. Mine is a little better. Once I pay for the month, that's it. I use it as I go. So there is an opportunity to speak up. With the little opportunity I have with this gadget, I want to use it to speak for those who cannot speak. To say something to the government of the day. That this is the second governor. This is the second governor. The first governor whose attempt was made on his life is the Borno State governor. He was captured on video. We saw it. This is the second governor. The governor of Benue State, Governor Ortom, is the second governor on whose attempt, was made on his life. Why? Because these guys do all they can to protect their people, to resist external forces, external invasion of their state, of their people, of their livelihood, of their farmland, of their belief from external forces. Now, let me say this, I'm a Christian, born again, spirit-filled, tongue-talking and all of that. Yes, I am. And for quite some time now. And I don't have any hatred for my Muslim brothers and sisters. And I say it from the place of the heart, because growing up, I grew up in the southwest. I grew up in the southwest of Nigeria. I schooled in Ibadan. I have friends who are Muslims. I have friends who are Christians. And I can stand for them anywhere. We ate together, we played together, we did a lot together. I have when I went to service, one of my best friends back there was a Muslim. His name was Muhammad. A very down-to-earth person. Very passionate. So I do not have any ill feelings towards any Muslim. However, I have a challenge when the extremists show up. I have a challenge when extremists show up. And guess what? This war, whether it's a war of words, of war of deeds, of war of actions or inaction. If you don't like, I could replace the word, the word war, or this acrimony, this trouble going on. It's not religious. Honestly, I must tell you, whatever is going on in Nigeria is not religious. It's not a religious war. It is not tribal either. How do I know this? It is the haves and have-nots. The haves and have-nots. Those who have so much of the national treasure of everyone, and leaving those who they are supposed to share it with to be hungry and trample upon them. So you have a national treasure and you have a selected few taking advantage of the national treasure over and against the less privileged. Why are they less privileged? Because they don't have access to the same national treasure that a few Nigerians have. A few Nigerians that we trusted to say, listen, we see great potential in you. Go and become governor. Go and become president. Go and become senators. Go and become House of Representatives. Go and become local government chairman. Go and represent the people. But they take advantage of the platform and they steal a lot of money. And they decide to sit on the wrath. They decide to sit on the corruption. And they don't want to make changes for better. They decide to sit on the loopholes. And they don't want to make changes on the loopholes. These are the challenges we are having. So now, when they now want to make the issue complex, they now rope it around religion. They rope it around tradition. They rope it around ethnicity. They rope it around traditional beliefs and systems. So, but I want you to focus on the ball. Don't lose the ball. Focus on the ball. Eyes on the ball. It is not about Christians or Muslims. No, it's not. It is not about religion or region or tradition. No. It is about the haves and have-nots. They take the platform of religion. They take the platform of tradition. They take the platform of tribe. You know, they use that as a spring to challenge every one of us. So when you see an average Fulani guy who is armed with AK-47, who cannot afford it, we should ask questions. No matter how fanatical they may be, they can still be spoken to. The truth of the matter is that if there are states who want to go, you know, who want to be fully Muslims, that arrangement can be made. But we're always supposed to draw a borderline between what a particular group wants against what the other people want. The challenge you have in Nigeria is that considering the contention in religion, those politicians and the so-called elites are riding on it, taking advantage of it against the rest of us. And it must not be allowed to continue. And so there are two failed attempts on two governors already. Two failed assassination attempts. One with the governor of Benue State. And the second one now with the governor of Benue State. And now, the question is, how long will this continue before a governor is killed? And those governors that are attacked are governors that are putting up the most resistance. Oh yes. If you have been in the news lately, you will know that the governors whose assassination attempts have been made on their lives, the ones I mentioned now, are the ones who have put up the most resistance against terrorism, against bandits. They don't negotiate with the terrorists. They have never negotiated. They are always the ones asking for more military support, more military arms. They are always the ones. The Benue State governor is always in the news, asking for more military support, asking for military equipment, asking for support for the IDP camps. The Benue state governor has always been on the news, challenging why the Mayatialas are allowed to free walk around, even though they are threatening, and taking responsibility for herdsmen attacks in his states. These are issues that the federal government is playing with kid gloves, and it must not be allowed to continue. Mr. Abiodun, I'd like to welcome you to the platform. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Feel free to leave your comments, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you think about what I'm talking about. So, Benue State governor is the second governor. I stand to be corrected, people. Nobody's an island of knowledge. I stand to be corrected. But by my own calculation, Benue State governor is the second one with assassination attempts. And he came out to say that, you know, there's a bounty on his head by the Fulani oligarchy. And it's very important because he has mentioned this. According to him, he said he has written letters. So, to federal government on this threat on his life. And last week, an attempt was made. Like I said, according to him, he has a bounty on his head. They want him killed because he has put up a lot of resistance to their invasion of Benue State. So the question is, if the governors are going through this, if the governors, an attempt is made on their life, and because of the security that they surround themselves with, is the reason why they escaped. The governor of Benue State, Mr. Ortom, made a press statement last week and was saying that, but for the, gallant effort of his security detail, he probably would have been history today. Thank you, Mr. Kushanu. I'm glad to thank you, Kushanu. Thank you for coming to the job, for joining us. I appreciate you. So you see, but for the gallant effort of his security detail, would have been talking about something different today. So the governors are being attacked, particularly those who put up the most resistance against Ruga, and all other attempts to take land that does not belong to federal government, to hand it over to Mayatiala and the cattle rearers. You see, the federal government has not been straightforward with what is going on in Nigeria. And you see, we have to keep talking about it. And if we cannot even put up as little as a post, we can share this platform so that it can be a continuous discussion. And we can leave a message on an inbox and tell me what you think. And tell me your own opinion. I'm not lauding my opinion or my thoughts over anybody. It is all there for everybody to see. It is a clear, open situation that there is fire on the mountain. There is fire on the mountain in Nigeria. Just last week, Chief Sunday Adeyomo Igboho declared Oduduwa Nation. Last week, Dokubo declared a Biafra faction. Declaration coming up here and there. Now, all this going on, and the federal government is not saying anything. And the federal government is quiet. So it puts up a lot of, it makes you want to wonder, what is going on? Why is the government not taking drastic steps, concrete efforts, making efforts to bring these people together, to call a forum, to find out what is going on, to listen to people? In leadership, the biggest challenge for any leader or any administration is they need to listen to people and find out where you can ameliorate the challenges that people are going through. You see, a lot of times we assume people they assume that they know the challenges of people, and even when they try to make an attempt, they use the platform, the platform to take care of people. They use that platform to take care of only their own people, their own tribe, or those who voted for them. That should not be. A balanced government should be the one that will look at what is going on and not gag the press and not gag the people because they speak out, and call people together, listen to them, call a forum. Forget about how they say it, whether their feedback came across as rude or insultive, or they insulted your administration. Forget about all of that. You call people together, you sit people down and say, what is the problem? That is why the administration of Yaradua made a very little progress in the course of his administration, even though, it was hampered by ill health. Within the little time President Yaradua of blessed memory had, he was able to nip the challenges of the Niger Delta in the bud. Even though, in my own opinion, I would say that was not the best approach. As we see today, that the Niger Delta is still having the same problem. They're still having the same problem. There's still oil spill. The farmers cannot go to the farm. The soil is destroyed, and no compensation. The compensation goes to the hands of very few. They just gathered all the bandits, all the fighters, all the youths, those who are strongest, those who could make the biggest trouble, and they gave them money. The likes of Asari Dokubo is the beneficiary today. And look at where he's now diverting. Now there's no money on all that clamor for restoration of Niger Delta. He has taken a share on that. Now he's moving on. He's looking at the possibility of a feeding season in declaring for an agitation for a state. Now he has shifted base, which is why I said, the kind of amnesty that was granted the Niger Delta was not the best approach. They did what they could because they were crippling the economy, but it was not the best approach. And we can never ever, because we have our head on our neck, we can never compare the amnesty program to whatever it is that they are trying to do in the north. Negotiating with bandits who do not have any cause they are pursuing. Negotiating with terrorists. They don't have any genuine, legitimate cause. So that is a clear difference. There's a clear difference. It's a clear difference. The amnesty, whatever that was given the Niger Delta, was not the best approach to that issue. But they did what they did so that they can bring an immediate resolution to that issue. It is not the best. And today we can see it is not. Because the issues have remained the same. But, even though they settled a few most powerful people, guess what? There are new kids on the block again. Other people have taken the positions. They've taken arms. Younger people. More dangerous people. More dangerous militias have taken over the Niger Delta. So it is important that for Nigeria to work, we need to talk about the key issues. An attempt on the life of the governor of Benue State will only explode the polity. I'm telling you, it will explode the polity. An attempt on the life of Benue State, if Benue State governor if they succeed in killing the Benue state governor, it's going to be very bad. It's going to be very bad. This agitation is going to take it's going to move to a different level. And nobody knows how bad it's going to be. If they have succeeded in taking the life of the governor of Benue State last week, it would have been very bad. Things was going to take a new dimension. So this is not something that we should hear and sit back and say, at least he escaped. No. These are litmus tests. These are tests. And I'm telling you, it's like a young person who owns a python, a young python. And you see, in the nature of python, they are not poisonous. Research made us understand that pythons are not poisonous. But they have very strong muscles. So that for them to be able to subdue their prey, they have to successfully wrap themselves around their prey and stretch their prey until life goes out of the prey. Listen to me, I'm going somewhere with this. That is the nature of pythons. They are not poisonous, but they have very strong muscles and bones, so that for them to be able to subdue and feast on their prey, they will need to wrap themselves around the prey and stretch the prey until life goes out of the prey. Then they will swallow the prey whole. Now, a young python who is not able to stretch round will only keep trying. But for a naive owner of the python, will think that the python loves you. So every time the python wraps itself around, he's measuring to see how strong and how accommodative is it for it to be able to stretch and take the life. But because that is his nature. But the owner will think that the python is expressing emotion and love. And every time the python wraps itself and squeezes a little bit, you think you are loving it. No. The python is simply measuring. Every time it wraps around, it's growing. You're feeding it. It's measuring to stretch. Whenever it comes to that point where he knows that he can comfortably stretch and hold the stretch until life goes out, that python will hold and stretch until life goes out, whether the person is the one feeding it or not. So this is what is happening. We are naive. Our people are naive. We are playing on the part of ignorance. All these attempts here and there, when you hear that they have groups numbering over 50 in bushes camping with guns and bikes and nobody says anything. They have attempted, they will take a village, they will kill a farmer. All this, they are testing and trying out. They want to see what you can do. All they are trying to do, they are making attempts. It's like somebody who is trying to find out how much of strength you have. How powerful are you? How aggressive are you? It is a war tactics, people. It is a war tactics. They put up a little trouble and see how much aggression you can put in a trouble. Then they use that to measure your strength. So that when they come for you, they come full force. They know the number of force they need to take up, that community, that state, or that region one time. Because they know that if they don't measure, these are tactics of war. And we are just relaxed about it. We are in a government that even if the Fulanis take a whole state, this government will not react. I'm telling you the truth. Of course, we have been informed that the law enforcers are colluding, and we have seen various, we have seen the handwriting on the wall that the law enforcement people are colluding. They are colluding with the Fulani oligarchy. And we need to wake up. The people in the southwest need to wake up. At this time of Nigeria, I cannot imagine, living in the north. I don't know what is playing in the mind of those in the north. The southerners who are in the north, who says, oh, I was born here, I lived here all my life. And they know you. They know you are not part of the north. I don't know what they feel, You say, oh, I know these people, they are my neighbors. I've lived here all my life, I know them. You are talking like the owner of that python I made an example of. A python who keeps, making an attempt to wrap itself around you. Trying to see how much, if he can fully take you and stretch you to swallow you whole. Not because he hates you, it's his nature. That's the nature of the python. It will wrap itself around an object, a living object, and stretch until the object or the person dies, or that thing dies, or that animal dies. Then when the animal dies, and he will now swallow the animal whole. So anybody who is saying, oh, I schooled with these guys, I know them. No, you don't. You are speaking like the owner of the python. They're giving you doomsday, but you are playing draft with it. When I went to NYSC in 2003, that was like 2 years after the invasion of Jos. That was a little over 2 years. Jos was invaded between 2000 and 2001. And I went to serve in Jos in 2003. So it was the invasion was very fresh. And I interviewed a couple of people, I spoke to a couple of people who were alive, who were there when this thing happened. When the Fulani people invaded them unexpectedly, unannounced, on a Friday morning, on a Friday prayer, after prayers on Friday. And they narrated to me. So I have an idea of what I'm talking about. And it was very scary. The narratives are very scary from different people. And I asked each of them where they were when the invasion took place. Some of them told me they were in the market. That it was a normal, peaceful day. Nothing unusual was expected. It was a peaceful day. If you've been in Jos, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the most peaceful towns I know. It was a normal, peaceful day. Everybody went about their business. Unknown to them that there's already a planned invasion on the city on this fateful Friday. Nobody knew except those who planned. And the very few people who hinted they are very close people to stay away. So after prayers, one thing led to the other, and they went berserk. It was so bad that they had uniforms so that they can be able to differentiate themselves from the enemy. They wore uniform, they tied something on their head, and they went out with automatic rifles. And they were killing. No explanation, they were just killing. They took a whole town and they were killing. The indigenes were helpless because they are so humble, they are so meek, they were so accommodating. It took the intervention of non-indigenes who, will not leave, no stone unturned, who had very great reflexes who foresaw that, little fracas could lead to this kind of situation, who already armed themselves prior, who resisted the invasion. So please, let us not take this thing with kids' gloves. I feel ashamed for a lot of us who are in the city. We'll go to church, we'll go to mosque, we'll go to various places, and we'll act like everything is normal. But in our villages are being invaded. Uncles, mothers, aunts, sisters in our communities, and we don't say nothing. And we have platforms to speak out. And these things are debated and we don't say nothing. Opportunities like this, when you cannot say something, you share the platform so that we can be able to keep putting it out there. So that the government of the day will know that people are aware of what is going on. This government has been a suspicious government. The Buhari APC government has put Nigerians in a deep hole. And prayers are not enough. Scripture says prayer without work is dead. I went to church today, I prayed. Part of my prayer was to heal my country. But you see, I've done the praying part of the spiritual part of it. I am doing the physical part of it by speaking out, by putting my voice on the platform, so that my prayer can mix with my action. Please, I want to use this platform to say that we pray that Nigeria works. We pray that the stealing will stop. We pray that, attempts on human lives will stop. We pray that one day this country will value the life of every single human being, whether they are in Nigeria or they are abroad. When issues become complex at home, nobody remembers the challenges going on in diaspora. How people have been imprisoned for no reason. Even though we have embassies there. But the problem of corruption has also eaten up the embassies abroad. Ordinary passports. I went to renew a passport. I paid all the things I was supposed to pay. As I'm speaking to you now, it's going to 2 years. I have not gotten my passport. Do you understand? So, if I needed it in a hurry, the pressure is there. I know the language. You have to rub somebody's palm before the passport will come out. But because I didn't need it in a hurry, it's spending the second year at the embassy, Nigerian embassy. So if I was in a hurry to travel to Nigeria now, all I needed to do was, I'll go and meet someone and say, please. And it has far exceeded the time they said the passport was going to come out. So the corruption has gone viral. It is not just Nigeria. Nigeria is crying for help. Nigeria needs your help, people. Nigeria needs our help. These bandits, herdsmen that the government is ignoring, it might just take, I pray God forbid, it might just take a little spark, and whatever happened in NSAS will be child's play. Already between NSAS and the invasion what was going on in the east, the military were already stretched. Coupled with those who already gone away. Coupled with the military people who are living every day. The military is stretched. If there's a serious coup attempt, this administration will fall. I'm telling you. If there is a serious coup attempt, this government of Buhari will fall. And so it is important that, this government calls people together and listen. The Sovereign National Conference that was constituted in 2014, The resolution is gathering dust somewhere. The resolution of the Sovereign National Conference that was conducted by the Goodluck Jonathan administration, where billions were spent on stakeholders representing Nigeria across the geopolitical zones. The resolution of that conference is gathering dust. This administration has refused to look at it. Well-meaning Nigerians, well-respected Nigerians are saying the 1999 constitution is a killer of this country. Why don't we sit down and have a constitutional review? This government of Buhari APC will not listen. So prayer is not enough. We are speaking out. That is why I'm using this platform to encourage you, listening to me, to encourage you who will listen, who will see this video later on, to not be silent. There is fire on the mountain. The attempt on the life of the governor of Benue State is a clear indication that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. If there's a successful attempt on the life of that governor, we will not be talking about what we're saying right now. So, the onus is on you. Watching and listening to me, the onus is on me. To not be quiet. We pray for a better Nigeria. We pray for Nigeria to work. We also pray that the leaders will remove the wool in their ears and listen now that they can, before it is too late. I pray that the docile governors, because of power to run a second term, because of the power they want to move to another political position, and they are quiet about the situation, I pray they don't become the first victims. Because in a tense political situation like this, when the head is off, there is very, very little the body can do. I want to talk to the elites and those who have the ears of this government, this Buhari APC government. Those who are benefiting from the largesse coming out from this administration, those who are quiet and carefully taking the money, those who were going to take the money for the renovation of the already dead refinery in Port Harcourt, those who are taking the contracts on road, waterways, bridge, and merely using 1/4 for the project and the other going to the pocket, to talk to this government. You see, it is not just the military that is colluding. The civilian contractors are doing the same. For every project that is carried out by an expatriate company, because they have a country, where they are from, if you want to know how much any project costs, all you need to do is go to the country and, the countries, the breakdown for that year, the companies, their declaration for the year. Go to the company website, find out their declaration for the year and the companies that they work for and how much the project costs. You will see the name, our name there, and find out how much those projects cost. If it is Julius Berger and they took a project for a bridge, go to the country, go to the website of the company and look at the breakdown of their profits and where money came from and the companies that they did business with and how much were the projects that were listed and how much they made and the tax they declared. That's how you know how much is made for each company, each project. That's how you know that how they are killing the country. They are killing the country, people. They are killing the country. Don't let your comfortability in Nigeria now fool you. The country is dying. I know you are comfortable right now, people. But guess what? Don't let it fool you. I hope you have your plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The plan B is not enough, people, with the way the country is going. You need to have C, D, E, F, G, H plan. Because it's snowballing. And I'm telling you the truth. You need to work hard on your plan, on your plans. You need to arm yourself. The Minister of Defense already let the cat out of the bag. You need to arm yourself. I don't know how you want to arm yourself. You need to be ready to defend yourself, people. Defend yourself. Don't say, oh, nothing. I was here in 1993. This is not what is playing out now. This is not what is playing out now. The military people who are, the military officials who are supposed to protect the country are colluding. So please, people, let us not sit on our oars. Let us not sit on our arms. Let us take our best initiative. It is time for us to rise up. If you think that the economy is going to be better without, sincere and adequate economic policies, we're lying. This government lacks sincerity. This government of Buhari APC is not honest. And you know it, and I know it too. Take every advantage to speak out. It is very important. People are dying, and it's not good for nobody. People are maimed, and it's not good for nobody. It is time for us to stand up. It is time for us to speak up. I'm not here to sell you no product. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm here to speak my mind. Because I feel it here. For as many that are struggling and cannot feed, struggling and they are losing their roof, struggling and they are losing their jobs, and are pawns in the hands of this wicked government. I pray the help of God comes quickly. I pray it doesn't go south so quickly. I pray that God will show up with the help. Perhaps tomorrow they will announce that the administration has resigned his appointment. Perhaps the government, the Buhari will resign. Hopefully tomorrow. Nobody knows, only God does. So that somebody who is competent, somebody who is capable, can take up the ruin of the country and know what to do and know how to approach issues. If there have been declaration by Yorubas, declaration by Igbos, and the South people are trying to fit in, the only people who are not seeing anything wrong are those who are looking forward to 2023. The only people who are not seeing anything wrong, think about it. Those who don't see nothing wrong with the country right now are those who are looking forward to 2023. Are you looking forward to 2023 with the condition that the country is right now? Imagine what usually happens during the election year, coupled with what is currently happening right now. Then your guess is as good as mine. We need to speak up. If the challenges, imagine marrying the challenges of election year with what is going on now, what is going to happen? If this is not the election year and they narrowly missed killing the governor of Benue State, imagine what will happen during the election year. So if you're looking forward to another election year with this government, you don't have an idea what you're doing. We need a divine intervention. And angels will not come down. It will take you, it will take me. As I'm speaking my truth, please share, like, give me that thumbs up. And let us continue to spread the good news. It is very important. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. An injustice to all is an injustice to one. It's not going to benefit nobody if you are down and I don't say nothing. It's not going to benefit me if an attempt was made on the life of one and I don't say nothing. The same way with several others who've been traveling and was attacked. Those who went to farm and were attacked. The Eastern Security Network people who don't pose any aggression, but they are attacked simply because they decide to constitute a vigilante to protect their people because of the docile nature of the federal government and the security and their military outfits. This government is biased and something has to be done. I want to call on everybody to rise up with their voices in a non-violent way and speak up. Dr. Martin Luther King says, if the meaning of peace is to sit back and watch my brother killed and I don't say nothing, then I don't want peace. Dr. Martin Luther King says, if to have peace will mean sitting back and watch people in the East get killed, invasion in Olu, and I don't say nothing, then I don't want that peace. Dr. Martin Luther King says, if peace means watching Fulani headsmen invade and kill farmers, and the federal government, is slow to respond because the president's, men are the ones in power, and their tribes are the ones perpetrating this evil. He says, then I don't want that peace. People, it is time for us to stand up and stand out. It is time for us to care less whether you are given a political appointment or not, to speak up and speak out. It is time for us not to be intimidated. People are dying, and you know it, unjustly. Extrajudicial killing going on a daily basis. As we are having this hangout right now, people are dying. People are being killed. There's kidnapping going on. Every week since this year started, almost every week, there is kidnapping going on. Because your family is not involved, your relatives, the distant relative and cousins, or your community, it doesn't mean you should be quiet, please. Speak out. Yesterday, it was Governor Ortom's attempt assassination, and he escaped. Who will it be tomorrow? Let us speak out against this government. Let us speak out against extrajudicial killing. Let us speak out against the gagging of the journalists. Let us speak out against the gagging of the press houses. Let us speak out against the gagging of innocent people who want to speak their truth. I want to thank everybody who took out the time. Pamela, thank you so much. Timothy Kushanu, thank you so much. Master Biodon Laiwala, thank you so much. Pauline, thank you so much. Mr. John, I appreciate you. Please share to your platforms. I know how tense it is. I know how challenging it is to be able to, put on posts because of DSS monitoring spirits. Trying to look for who is going to say what against a failed government. But I know that God will see us through. As much as you can, kindly share. until I come your way in the next few days, 2-3 days, to share other very serious issues. Thank you. Please stay safe. Be careful for nothing. Be careful for nothing. As I speak with you, even the government don't know what is going to happen in the next 24 hours. The government don't know. So how much more you? So let us be careful. If you have to travel, think seriously about it. Nigerians in diaspora are really thinking seriously about traveling. A lot of them who lost their people would rather send money. Because the number of people who go to Nigeria and don't come back because they are being killed or they die mysteriously is on the rise. And so Nigerians in diaspora are being very careful. So you should also be careful. I'm going to put up a post sometime to tell us key places where you should avoid. Key places across Nigeria where you should avoid. Where kidnapping takes place non-stop for so many years. And the security operatives have not been able to nip it in the bud. The country that we call Nigeria our own. It's unfortunate. But I know that somehow God will show up for us. Thank you so much. I pray you have a fantastic week. Let us be as optimistic as possible, regardless of what is going on right there. Thank you so much. I pray the Lord be with you. Let His face shine upon you. Thank you so much. Regards to family. My name is Chris. I'm signing out. Stay blessed. Feel free to leave me your comments and let me know your thoughts.